published Trump administration officials' texts in Ukrainegate impeachment frenzy. Read in full. Several top Democrats have released text messages between U.S. officials which they claim expose the Trump administration's drive to coerce the Ukrainian government to target Joe Biden. For purely political reasons, obviously. The Democratic chairs of the House Intelligence, Oversight and Foreign Affairs Committees released the messages in a letter to fellow representatives. Late Thursday, the letter features over a dozen text messages between U.S. diplomats, including former Trump administration envoy to Ukraine Kurt Volker, Ukrainian embassy official Bill Taylor, EU ambassador Gordon Sondland, as well as the president's personal attorney Rudy Giuliani. The president and his aides are engaging in a campaign of misinformation and misdirection in an attempt to normalize the act of soliciting foreign power to interfere in our elections, the chairman wrote. Even more astonishing, he is now openly and publicly asking another foreign power, China, to launch its own sham investigation against the Bidens to further his own political aims. Last week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Congress would launch an impeachment inquiry over the allegations. The president sought to shake down his Ukrainian counterpart, unifying 6 separate committee probes under one umbrella. President Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing amid the controversy, arguing that there is nothing illicit about requesting an ally to investigate potential corruption. He has stressed that Biden himself publicly bragged about threatening to withhold U.S. loan guarantees to Ukraine unless the country fired its head prosecutor, who happened to be investigating the gas firm that hired Biden's son, Hunter. Britain's plans for leaving the EU cannot even serve as a rough outline for a final agreement, a group of MEPs have stated. Boris Johnson has been rushing to strike a deal ahead of the October 31st deadline for leaving the bloc. The European Parliament's Brexit Steering Group, (ESG), met with the European Commission's Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, to discuss the latest offers being floated by London. The committee was apparently less than impressed, writing in a draft statement that the proposals do not represent a basis for an agreement to which the Parliament could give consent by the end of the month. Guy Verhofstadt, the BSG's chair and Brexit coordinator, revealed that the European Parliament had major issues with the UK Prime Minister's proposals. Lawmakers believe it would harm the Republic of Ireland's all-island economy, that it lacks detail, is not operational, and puts the deal under custody of the Democratic Unionist Party. European Council President Donald Tusk has cast major doubts about the viability of the UK government's proposals. Tusk, who spoke to both the Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar and Johnson on Thursday afternoon, warned that despite remaining open to discussions, they are still unconvinced by the UK's Brexit plans. Johnson submitted the potential deal to the EU on Wednesday, as part of a last-ditch effort to keep his promise to leave the Union by the end of the month. It would see the contentious Irish backstop replaced with electronic and a number of physical customs checks at traders' premises and other supply chain locations away from the border. If ratified, it would mean that Northern Ireland would remain in the same regulatory zone as the Republic of Ireland for goods traded across the north-south border. However, it would also stay in the same customs territory as mainland UK, not the Republic of Ireland, which is an EU member state. Therefore, checks would be necessary on some trade, both between Northern Ireland and the Republic, and between Northern Ireland and mainland UK. Addressing Parliament on Thursday, Johnson pleaded with British lawmakers to back his proposal and avoid a no-deal Brexit. Johnson has come under fire for trying to temporarily shut down Parliament, a move which many viewed as an attempt to push throughout his Brexit plan without parliamentary interference. He previously vowed to take his country out of the bloc by October 31st. do or die, but now claims that leaving without a deal would be a failure of statecraft for which all parties would be held responsible.